Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the Mega Godzilla based off of Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. It has been given product code HTR78, comes with 543 pieces, and you can find it on Amazon for $50. Though, as of the recording of this video, it's currently on sale for $40. So already, you're at a pretty solid price per piece count if you're into that thing. One thing I gotta say is I'm kind of surprised that not a whole lot of I haven't seen a whole lot of reviews on the Godzilla and Kong sets. And so, I mean, honestly, I think the movie did pretty well. I think that it was quite an enjoyable one. Plus, I think the designs for the creatures that Mega made look actually pretty good, with the exception of them going with the the magenta scales for Godzilla. Personally, I'm not a fan of the color, but that's more a knock against the movie than it is the actual set. Anyway, taking a look at the box art, we see Godzilla in his full glory. Although there's already one inaccuracy. He's, like I said, he's got the magenta scales, but his atomic breath is still blue, which I checked the on YouTube the final fight, against Scar King, and well, in that scene, his atomic breath is supposed to be magenta, much like crystals. So yeah, apparently Mega kind of messed up on that. Don't really know what happened. But you also see he comes with a small building with a Monarch logo on it, because it just wouldn't be fair to have a Godzilla's head without giving him something to wreck. And I'm actually kind of surprised that Mega got around to making a set on him first. I know quite a few people have tried to get a Godzilla set on Lego Ideas. Some have even gotten the 10,000 votes needed to go to the review board, but unfortunately none of them have ever succeeded. But yeah, kind of surprised it took us this long to get a buildable Godzilla. Also on the box, you can see that it shows the dimensions for the Godzilla build, that being 12.5 inches or 31.7 centimeters long. So I imagine that's going to be pretty decent size for him. Take a look at the back of the box. Next thing you see Godzilla is fully posable with articulated arms, legs, and tail. Plus, you can see the scale of the building compared to him. Along with taking a look at the other set with Kong. This is much like any other Mega box. You can open the box without damaging the box via taking care of the tape on the sides, which I'll go ahead and do right now. There we go. All right. Open up. And there we go. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bags of parts. Wow, that's actually a pretty decent amount of bags. Plus, you got yourselves a pretty decent sized instruction manual for this set. So it looks like we just jumped straight into the build. Got a look at both sets, Godzilla and Kong, on the back of the instruction manual. And you got a full list of parts. So nothing too crazy going on in the instruction manual. But I will go ahead and jump into a time lapse of this build, starting right now. Alright, the build is done. I'd say that took about, I don't know, an hour or two to get done, or at least it would have if I had done it all in one sitting. Be honest, I have not. In fact, I'd say there's a good week between the halfway point and finishing because let's just say I've been busy. Anyway, we'll take a look at the big guy himself for starters. We got nice amount of printing going on, showing off some individual cells. Good printing on the head as well. As well, like you got your nostrils, you can see the eyes. The you can see some teeth molded into the pieces, and he can move his jaw quite a bit. Since for one of the you could say play features. Got the hands on there with claws. He's connected by a bunch of ball joints, so you can get some good angles going on with the front and so he's very posable. I'd say straight on. I did a little measuring. He's about 16 inches long, so he's a decent sized build. Oh, the like I said, he's on a bunch of ball joints, so you can manipulate just about everything. You got the head, good sections of torso, hips, legs, arms. You can get him in quite a few poses, and he's actually and despite my initial thoughts when I was building him, he's actually quite stable. He's actually quite stable. In most poses. So you don't really have to worry about him. I probably would have liked it if they had built him so he had a couple of studs underneath. Even so you could build a larger if you wanted to like build a larger landscape around him. He'd be a bit more stable, but he's stable enough. I like all the pieces they use for all the spines in the magenta color. I'm not a fan of Godzilla in that magenta color, but it is accurate to the movie. You got and they're in of different plenty of different sizes, whether it be these small ones where there's only one spike, larger ones back here, and then even back on the tail they use a little bit of rubber or for these back tubes. So interesting design. Uh, interesting design. So all in all, he's a really nice build. Not gonna lie. Plus, they do give him some of his atomic breath. However, I'm very much going to point out that the one either the spines or the atomic breath is the wrong color, or because they actually watching the movies they need to match. It's whatever color or the sails was light up as when he goes to use the atomic breath, that's the color they go with. So either they needed to go with the classic blue atomic breath and give him the blue spines, or if they really want to go full new empire, they should have made the atomic breath the magenta as well. Oh, because the colors are supposed to match up, and these colors don't match. But all in all, it's a relatively simple build for the atomic breath, but certainly necessary if you want to get the full Godzilla experience. In a build, basically what you do is you take this pin here that you back and you stick it in his mouth right there. So again, that's why they have the mouth be so wide so you can easily put in the atomic breath piece. And of course, it wouldn't be a true Godzilla building experience if he didn't have something to destroy. This case being a Monarch facility. You can see the printed Monarch symbol up there up top. You also got a helipad and some road work going on. And as you can see just now, you can see part of the building can be knocked over. So you can basically have, in fact, the instruction manuals basically show why they did that. So you can basically have Godzilla knock that building over, or you can just have him blasted with his atomic breath. Well, all in all, I believe this was a $50 set, if I remember right, from the intro. And I feel like I got my $50. It's a decent sized Godzilla. Got a little bit of play features, good detailing on Godzilla and the building. All in all, it almost makes me feel bad for the guys who tried to make a Lego Ideas Godzilla project and they just never went through, because it's like this almost feels like a bit of a slap in the face. They tried so hard, made quite a few good-looking Godzillas, and then Lego's only real major competitor when it comes to building block toys beat them to the contract. So yeah, I almost feel bad for them, but all in all, this is a really solid set for that $50-$60 price point. I really like it. I'm glad I picked it up. So that'll be the end of this review. Thanks for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and some more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I'll see you all in the next video. Later, everybody.